It's technically afternoon, so good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm sitting here reading, what a shocker, and I'm wondering if this will be the last one that I read in the series. I hope not, but I don't know.
Get ready, because this is year 6 of daily vlogging.
I am 146 pages into this book, and I think I'll finish the book, but I'm getting so tired of the characters. They're so annoying. Most of them are so shallow. They're not, at least to me, like, they're not relatable in any way, shape, or form. You know, you've got one of them who is angry at someone for being a cheater, and then that person who is angry at the other person is also a cheater herself. The one girl who is so incredibly shallow. I mean, literally just beyond, it's so obnoxious. And then the other one is a cheater, not with people necessarily, but is a cheater in other ways. And the only one who I don't dislike is Emily. And I think I said that the other night, but like, liking her is not enough for me to want to keep reading. Plus, they're not even trying to figure out who the person sending the messages is. Like, they're not even trying. They're just letting it, like, ruin their lives. And that annoys me to no end. I said this on here, but yesterday I tried to heat up 2 of these, like, frozen pretzels that I got at the store. And I'm sad to say that I tried them in the air fryer because I thought that would be better. But the time gauge is not the greatest on there, and I burnt 2 of them. So I was trying again today, and I am happy to say I did them in the toaster oven for the right amount of time, and it's great. I've got about half an hour until I start work. I did finish the 4th book, and I will not be continuing because what summed it up in this, I know there's more to the story because there's more books or whatever. This summed it up what I'm fine with, you know. I got some answers. Cool. I'm cool with that. I can't stand most of the characters much longer. I mean, this series to me is the perfect representation of why it's fine to have unlikable characters in a book. But 1, most of your characters can't be unlikable. And 2, they have to either have consistent growth, even if it's tiny bits at a time, or none at all. It's either a character who stays unlikable throughout the whole thing, because that's just who they are, they don't change, or they need to have consistent growth, which of course, yes, there's setbacks and whatever, but like, I was floored in this series when, okay, if you ever want to read the series, skip the rest of this clip, but I was floored when one of the characters in here nearly steals her sister's boyfriend again after when she's already feeling guilty about like other things that are happening here, and she, like, the only reason they get interrupted, like, she says something, she's like, this isn't right, or whatever, and I'm like, had you guys not been interrupted, you 110% would have gone through with that. That doesn't make sense, because you're sitting here feeling guilty of all of these things, including in the past, stealing your sister's boyfriend, on multiple occasions, on 2 occasions, and then this is almost a 3rd. You feel guilty about those things. If she didn't feel guilty about those things, and she was just an unlikable character through and through, that makes sense then. It's a, you know, to have like out of the 4 of them, if you have one of them that's like, they do not grow, like they do not have growth, then okay. But like, I don't know. I do not know how, I mean, well, I do know how this series got a show because, you know, it's a cool mystery. It's a cool idea. The characters are just awful. That's what, like, I wonder if in the show they made them as unlikable as they are. Because if they did, I don't know how that show ran for that long. I mean, it's probably because of like the drama and the stuff around it. But it's like, you ruined a good mystery story with like awful characters. I was hoping I would randomly land on this book series, and I'm so excited it did. So the first number I randomly chose again was Magic Tree House series, and I was like, I love the Magic Tree House series, but the main reason that I have it is because, one, nostalgia, love that series, so I do want to reread it again, and also I'd love to adapt it someday, so that's really why it's on my shelves, but it's not on my want to adapt shelves just yet, because there's a lot of books. But, so I bypassed that number, and the second one is the Hunger Games trilogy. I am so excited to reread this series, you have no idea. Like, especially after just reading the Testing trilogy and really enjoying it and kind of being in the same vein as that. I just had, you know when you like wish on an eyelash if you accidentally like pull out an eyelash? I did that, and my wish was, I hope the next book that I, choose, that I randomly choose, is gonna be good. And I know the Hunger Games is gonna be great. I'm so excited, you have no idea. I have a box set of this series, actually, and it's so pretty. Obviously, this one's just been taken out, but I love it. Depending on how long the first chapter is, I might have time to read the first chapter, but I doubt it, because I literally start work in 9 minutes. Hold on, though. I just realized that I hope... Okay. Someone put the wrong dust jacket back on this book. This book right here is Mockingjay, not Hunger Games. Okay, totally fine. It just, Mockingjay and Hunger Games were switched, weirdly enough. But now I have switched the dust jackets, and now this is actually the Hunger Games. So I'm sitting here and working. Thankfully my workload for the night is, I mean, I'll still hit my goal, but I'm less concerned like about a timeline. Because I've got 3 posts left, and 2 of them are the same thing for both sites, and they should only take me about 25 to 30 minutes. And then the last one is a We Asked Our Readers post. So anyway, but I just was sitting here and just had this like feeling of gratefulness, right? Like just sitting here like in my house, and it's my space, and I get to do what I'd like with the space. And even though there's been, ups and downs in the 2 months that I've been here with the fleas and then the roach problem and, like my mailbox randomly falling apart and certain things not, the AC and like certain things not being how they should, didn't feel small at the moment when they were happening. But, yeah, I'm just very, very grateful. I just got hit with this grateful feeling of just like I'm so happy to be here and be out of the situation that I was in, which is crazy because I didn't think it was a bad situation until the last week that I was there. But like the more and more that I look back on it, the more and more I guess my brain was like, hey, yeah, we weren't, like there were a lot of things that made us not happy there, which is weird because I didn't notice them in the moment, but I think it was because, like I didn't really have an out then, and it wasn't a harmful situation. It was just, there were a lot of things that I pushed under the rug as like not a big deal that happened frequently that was a big deal, So anyway, I'm just very glad, very, very thankful and glad to be where I am and be here and have this amazing house and just I love it so much. It is 1:20 in the morning. Did I sit here and read the entirety of the Hunger Games in one sitting? Yes, because I forgot how incredibly this is written. Like, so good. So good. I am so glad that it got made into a film and that I think they did. If I remember right, I think they did a pretty good job with the adaptation, at least especially for the first one. When I was reading the scene, one of the scenes closer to the end where there's a fight, I can clearly picture that scene in my head from the movie, and like they did such a great job with casting like for that film. I can't wait to rewatch it anyway. But it is you know, past 1 o'clock in the morning, and I need to go to bed. I got Nola here. Oh, hi. Hi. Hello. She's being cute. Anyway, I'm heading to bed, so thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.